My name's Ben Lidstone-Scott. My job title here at Cowshire Activity Centre is Lead Instructor, which is effectively a coach coaching all the different activities here. That's quite a long list of activities, but they include things like sailing, climbing, windsurfing, skiing, snowboarding, as well as some of the off-site activities like mountain biking, sailing across the Isle of Wight, so a whole range of different activities. My job title now as Lead Instructor unfortunately means I do less teaching. The longer you are in this industry, the less you actually teach all the activities which you enjoy doing. You seem to spend more time in the office writing programs or organising people. When I first started here about 3.5 years ago, I did do a lot of teaching, so it's quite rewarding when you've got a group for the whole week and you manage to get 4 or 5 of them to the top of the climbing wall. My sort of pathway to get here, I'm originally from North Norfolk, on the Norfolk coast, so I spent most of my childhood sailing and windsurfing, so that was where my interest started from. Did GCSEs at school, and I was actually deputy head boy, and there was a lot of pressure to go on and do A-levels, which I didn't really want to do, because I wanted to do something a bit more practical. I knew I wanted to come into the outdoor industry, but part of me wanted to also go into graphic design, and I was a bit torn of what I wanted to do. So I decided not to do A-levels, much to my headmaster's disappointment, and I decided to do a GNVQ in leisure and tourism. I started doing it and realised it wasn't really for me. I wasn't enjoying it, and I think it probably wasn't challenging me enough. In hindsight, I probably wish I'd done A-levels. I actually started the second year, did about a month or 2 months of the second year, and really decided that wasn't going to help in this industry. I think if I was going to work in a leisure centre, sort of a swimming pool, life-saving, that sort of stuff, that probably would have helped. So if I'd gone into the leisure industry a lot more, that probably would have helped. But I realised it wasn't really furthering my career, and I was quite career-driven, so I wanted to get out there and start working straight away, which is why I chose to get some qualifications and get a job. Because to get into this industry, you need to have some qualifications at a low level, both in your personal qualifications and qualifications to actually teach the activities. So I did some training for 4 months to get my sailing instructors and windsurf instructors, and that's enough really to get you your first job. And then moved on to a centre near London called Aquasports, where I worked for 2 years as senior instructor, where again I started getting further qualifications. So my sailing instructors was now senior sailing instructors. I started updating my windsurf qualifications. And then I got a bit bored there. I wanted to move on. I wanted to work near the coast, which is why I came here in 2005 and been here since. Part of me would like to be trained to be a teacher as well, but because I haven't got a degree, you do find when you want to then go on and become a teacher, it's very difficult if you haven't got a degree. So often I ask myself the question whether I should have done a degree. But I think if I'd spent 3 years at university, I wouldn't certainly be here now. I'd be a lot further down the line. I'd be more of a junior instructor and maybe not quite in the place I am. You don't necessarily need to have a degree in this industry. In the next 5 to 10 years, my plan really is to start moving on and hopefully lecturing in colleges, which now offer like GNVQs, but more orientated to the outdoor industry, which I don't think were around when I was at college. So hopefully start guiding youngsters and lecturing in those courses. But I'll need to do a further qualification to do that. So I'm probably looking to go back to college part-time from next September to do a course qualification which allows me to teach students from 16 plus. And that's my sort of game plan for the next few years. Success is an interesting one. I think for me, at the moment, success is when I get my group at the beginning of the week and at the end of the week they turn around and say they've had a fantastic time and you can actually see some changes in their whole team throughout the week. That's success.